The real estate market in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania remains incredibly strong. Looking back on the month of February and looking ahead to the month of March of 2022, some interesting information for you if you're thinking about selling your home or buying one or maybe even both. And I've got all the details you need to know in this market update video coming right at you. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Matt Moore. I'm a real estate agent right here in Lancaster County, and I want to be your real estate resource for the Lancaster County area. And in this video, if you're watching it, maybe you've got some interest. Either you're a homeowner or you're looking to buy a home in the near future, maybe even both. And of course, you might be very in tune to what's going on with the housing market, not just here locally, but also what's going on a national scale, what's going on a global scale, which is potentially going to be changing things here as we go into the near future. So some pertinent information for you as we look back to February 2022, look ahead through the rest of the month of March of 2022, and of course that takes us into our real estate spring market, which is when things really start to ramp up. But in terms of the headlines, what do you need to take home is really the same thing as last month, and that is just an extremely low supply of homes that are on the market as we speak currently. Now, the lack of inventory is also leading to, well, just a general lack of showings, because when you look at it as a whole, that there's less homes on the market, then there are less overall showings on those homes as well when you look at the collective number. That's not to say that there's less showings on each individual house. In fact, it's actually the opposite, kind of a weird catch-22 double-edged sword here. But when we look to the showing index, showing where in the parts of the south central Pennsylvania are we seeing some higher rates of showings, well, we are seeing that area still continuing to highlight Lancaster County as one of the more hot markets across parts of our county area, including around the Harrisburg area, York, Lebanon, and Lancaster coming in with a slightly higher showing index. And all this is saying is that relative to what we've seen in the past and this time of the year, here are where the showings are at. So just because it's a pure quantity number, the number of showings has come down, so it's not like a red hot number or an orange type of a color. It just means that, hey, there's less homes on the market to show than years past, so therefore there's less showings, and so that's what it's using to compare it to. Now, one of the more interesting stats that I've seen so far with regards to the number of homes that have sold is the difference between the number of homes that sold in February of 2021 and the difference in February of 2022. So looking back on last year in the month of February, in Lancaster County, there were about 385 homes that closed. This year, a huge drop of 100 homes, so down to 285 in terms of the total homes that have closed, and that certainly leads towards the rising home values, right? We have simply a supply and demand issue. Personally, I do not think this is a housing bubble, and I don't think the housing bubble is going to burst because, again, I don't think it exists. I think really what we are just seeing is there's just not a lot of homes for sale, and there's still a lot of buyers out there to buy them. And the combination of those two things, again, it's economics 101 here. Very simple stuff that the price has to go up because there's just so many people looking and bidding on the same houses. So that's what we are seeing. It lends to what my next discussion is, and that's talking about median sale price and how that has changed. And in Lancaster County, so in February of 2022, the median sale price jumped up to $265,000, and the average day on market was about 4 to 6 days, generally speaking, at that price point. And again, 4 to 6 days being that the home comes on the market on a Thursday and then usually hold showings all the way open through Sunday. They probably get a handful of offers even on day one. It's just they hold that time period open, so that day on market's a little bit misleading. But at the same time, as you look back, as we look to the previous month of February of 2021, and we saw a median sale price of $236,500. So if you look at the year over year, it's up about 12%, which is very consistent, has been consistent from month after month after month that I've been doing these market update videos. When you look on the month from the year before, it doesn't make any sense to compare January versus June of the same year. It really makes sense to compare February of this year versus February of last year. Then you can get a real sense and dictate it based off of the typical market cycles. Now, another thing that we're continuing to see very strong, and this is great news for you if you're a seller, if you're a buyer, you're also dealing with this as well, and that is that homes are very generally going for over what they are being listed for. Now, again, there's some instances where that's not the case, and it's very important you still list your home at a reasonable number and not go crazy sky high, because, by the way, we're seeing a lot more of those starting to sit a little bit longer and have to do price reductions because they shot too high off to the beginning. people are smart. They're not going to overpay for a house more than they need to, so it's important to price your home correctly. That being said, the homes that are priced correctly are seeing those homes, those sale prices higher than what they're being listed at. And as we look at the entire county as a whole and we take out and we average everything out, that's still running of about 3% more than what the homes are being listed for. So 100% versus 103%. And that's an important number because, again, that's been consistent. It's not seeing signs of slowing down going all the way back into the later parts of last year as I started doing these market update videos. We are seeing that 2 to 3% over asking price consistently over and over again. And at the same time, we're seeing those base median home values going up too. So it's an interesting world that we're living in when it comes to real estate right now. Home values are still going up. If you're selling your home, that's great. If you're buying a home in the same market, you need to be aware of what's going on because putting an offer in at asking price generally isn't going to get it done. And there's also people waiving contingencies. There's more cash buyers in the market than there ever have been before. And so we are seeing some interesting dynamics playing out here right in our own very Lancaster County. So all of that to say and summarize is that it's still historically an incredible time to sell your home. And when it comes to purchasing a home, it's still tough. It's still tough to be a buyer out there just simply from the standpoint of there's still a lot of people that are looking to buy a home and there's just simply not a whole lot of homes for them to choose from, and there's a lot of competition too. So here's what my invite for you is and my call to action. I invite you to go to my website, www.mattmorehomes.com. Check out, I've got some great resources for you, whether you're selling your home or you're buying a home or you're doing some combination of both and you need to do that choreographed dance between selling and buying. There are some ways where we can take a lot of the stress and the anxiety away and make it more of a solid strategic plan for you. And I break down some of that information for you on my website. Ultimately, I'd love to have a conversation with you as well. So you can reach out to me. I'll put my information here up on the screen. Email me, call me, text me, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, whatever works, the bat signal too sometimes. If you get me on a certain night it's a little foggy out, I'll answer that as well. But regardless, I'm happy to have those conversations with you so we can build a strategy that works best for you, whether it's selling or buying or both. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, my name is Matt Moore. I'm with Keller Williams right here in the Lancaster area, but we also do serve the surrounding counties as well. So we can help you in the entire region. It's not just here in Lancaster. And I'd love to start that conversation with you. I've given you ways you can find out how to get a hold of me. Go to my website, mattmorehomes.com. Reach out to me. I'll put my email and contact info in the description of this video, and you can check out that from there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next month when we do another market update video where we head into the spring market, we'll talk soon.